interesting on the intern thing, right, is it's actually through this podcast that he brings up Warren Buffett and Warren Buffett asking Benjamin Graham, Mr. Value Investor, or, pretty well the guy that invented value investing, or has been regarded to have, and asks him for an internship, saying that he will work for free. And Benjamin Graham, basically turns around and says to him, "You're overpriced." So you are overpriced for the amount that you're going to get out of learning from me. And
he also says that the best type of educations are ones that you have to learn on the job.
Yeah, the apprenticeships.
Apprenticeship model.
People are ratcheting up their lifestyle as their salary and their income is getting ratcheted up.
And everyone does that. I do that, even though I've thought a lot about this.
Yeah, and it just happens, right? You look at yourself, and it's not something you notice. Just like anything that changes over time, you're not noticing it in the moment, but when you reflect back 10 years or 5 years, you're like, shit. I'm having 3 coffees a day that I'm buying now rather than one.
I won't stay at the hostel anymore. I'm staying at this nice resort or whatever, right? Yeah. Like, it just happens.
I fly fucking Qantas rather than
That's right.
Tiger.
Well, that's a safety thing. So you don't want to die.
Don't say that.
Allegedly.
I have flown with Tiger many times, and I've survived.
Okay. Well. Technology and media with low cost of replication is probably the newest form that's accessible to everyone. It's very egalitarian because everyone can do it pretty much these days, and it's massive leverage. So this podcast, we can now record this, put this up on Apple Podcasts, and theoretically 10 million people can download it. And we've still only recorded it once. We haven't had to do it 10 million times. And the internet and technology's made that. The current technology has made that really, really easy, because back in the day, we would have had to go on roadshow and talk to people, and we'd never have reached as many people and have to do it over and over and over again, or rely on a third party like a publisher or a TV network to pitch this to. They would then, so there was a massive gatekeeper, because then they would publish it for us, and because it costs money, we'd have to go through them. And this is coupled with his idea that people are worried about the robot revolution, but he reckons it's already here. They're all just packed in data centers. So there's millions and millions and millions of computers that you can get to work for you for very, very little, as long as you know how to speak to them, which is to code. You need to speak their language, and you can use them to almost infinitely leverage what you're doing.